Welcome, my name is Mr. Martin, and you are most likely in one of my choirs or one of my music history classes, and we have a couple things that are really important to remember before we get started. Keep in mind, you are in school even though you are at home. You need to be in class at the time that it's scheduled. You're expected to log in and be in class the entire time, just like in real school. Because this is real school now, and the old school is not real school anymore until we go back, and then it becomes the old school. But probably this school and the old school will be real school all the time from this point forward. Yeah, be on time. You have to be on time. I'm going to be taking attendance and throwing out random checks for attendance too, because I need to make sure that you're there and that you're engaged and that you're paying attention. Come prepared, going, I forgot my pen, and then walking away for 20 minutes looking for a pen doesn't cut it anymore. You need to follow the school dress code. No one needs to see you in your pajamas. We need to see you focused and ready to go. I know there are people who go out into the grocery stores and wear pajamas, but that is not okay here. Get dressed. It's a digital world, but it is a world, and we need you focused. It's a change of mind. It's a shift of thought about yourself and what you're doing. Try to really find a place where you know that you can focus and that it's not too distracting. Create a sense of, this is my space where I can focus. Guardians, siblings, parents, they shouldn't be part of these meetings. They have their own lives to attend to. Some of them do need to help you in certain ways, and that's great, but it's you who are responsible for the information in your brain. Make sure that whatever you're using to connect to the internet so that you and I can communicate is charged. That's not an excuse. I didn't charge my device. Oh, it went off. It turned off. You are losing information. If you don't have the information, then you can't test well. And that's good. Just make sure it's charged. Look, I'm waving so that you pay attention, right? You have to show your face just like I am here. It's not a pretty face, but I have to show it. This is where my chin actually stops, and now I got all this, so it's part of my face now. I don't want to see this. I don't know who this is. All I see are eyes. Talking to me like this, I don't know who that is. It could be your cousin who has a similar voice to you. It could be the person next door who's doing imitations. Anybody around you is trying to imitate you, you might want to notify the FBI. Your face has to be on camera. I need to see that you're there. I need to take attendance in a way that is like taking attendance in a class, a physical class. Please make sure that your camera's on mute during lesson time so that I can communicate with anyone that I need to. I can say, oh, Jim Bob, turn your mic on, answer this question for me. Mute your camera. Make sure if you have a question, you either raise your hand or you put it in the chat section, because that's how I'm really going to know whether or not you need help. It's part of our communication. Please use polite and appropriate language. You can't use words like you can get written up just like in class. Again, focus, mindset. You are in a classroom. That's how I have to treat it. So you need to stay focused in that classroom mindset. Just like we're together, I need you to give me your best effort for that day. Everybody knows we walk into a classroom, we sit down, and yesterday's self versus today's self is not exactly the same. Maybe something's going on. Maybe you had a great morning. Those are two different versions of yourself. I get it. I know. A lot of us have issues that are hard to control. You aren't alone, and I do understand those things. But the real world is asking us to make sure that even though you may have an issue that makes it scary for you to put your face in front of a camera, it's still a part of having to communicate. So we need to find ways where you can communicate. I'm willing to work with you, but we still need to do these things. I will be there for you any way I can, but I still have to follow the guidelines that are set for me, which means they are set for you. One of the most important things in today is privacy. So don't record anything. Make sure you only record when you are allowed to. And I will tell you when or if you're allowed to do that. Go look at the code of conduct that the district has set out. I'm going off of the code of conduct, and I'm also using the sheet that you have been given or have the link to, which is the student expectations for Google Meet behaviors. These are things that the district has said we are following, you teachers are following, so therefore your students are following. Okay? Let's go back to our regularly scheduled meeting and move on.